Talmor, Shishin Magachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming, and death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Burntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I uncover the blasphemous truth of a plague-ridden world, that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The Heresies of Radolf Burntwine, coming January 2nd, wherever podcasts are available.
And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
1988 was a big year. You'll remember that Canada held the Winter Olympics in Calgary. Crack was devastatingly sweeping across the United States. Canadian sprinter Ben Johnson, disgraced, lost his gold medal after testing positive for anabolic steroids. Pubs in the UK were allowed to stay open all day as of 1988. And it was the year that adult film star Romi was born. January 12th, 1988, Boston, Massachusetts, moved to LA at 18, exotic dancer a year later, creating XXX content at the age of 24. And when Romi jumped on a Zoom to be a guest, we talked about what it's like having millions of people following you on social media. UFOs came up. So did legalized marijuana. We talked about shows that she was binge watching at the time. Growing up to the music of GNR, Nine Inch Nails, Deftones. She talked about starting up a Mouthful podcast. We did a great name. We did a few F, Kill, or Marries with her. And Romi talked about being interested in biology in high school and even thought about joining the Army. Listen to this.
I don't know. I thought about a lot of random shit. I thought about, marine biology. I thought about joining the Army. I swear, I've said this in another interview, so I swear I'm not lying. I was like, I don't know, let's see what happened. I thought about just traveling. But I'm one of the first people really in my entire family to move out of Massachusetts. And I did it at 18 by myself. I moved 3 months after 18 to Los Angeles from Massachusetts. Yeah.
It's always
I went to explore the world, see what's really out there. I don't know. And everybody in my family, shout out, hey, I know it's Father's Day, but everybody in my family had kids really young. I was like, I actually don't have any kids. No problem. Right. For me, that's good. So it was for me, it was a very different life than I've seen kind of growing up. I knew a lot of families, a lot of kids, the city kind of cold. I'm I wanted, big space, freedom, sunshine, and just fun. I want to see kind of what I could get into, really.
Listen to this on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC-approved repair shop. Visit them on Facebook and Twitter at Tedco RV Supplies.
GZM Shows and the creators of 6 Minutes are rolling out their newest audio adventure with the podcast Discovering Dad. A cautious single dad with a secret past and his rebellious kids embark on a thrilling quest complete with hidden treasure, villains, and a family curse. New episodes of Discovering Dad roll out weekly starting June 11th on Apple Podcasts. Follow the show so you never miss an episode, or listen early and ad-free as a GZM Shows subscriber. Go to gzmshows.com to learn more.
Hey there, it's Rachel Ballinger, and I am extremely excited to invite you to Rachel Uncensored. It's my podcast where I sit down and get real with my friends and celebrity guests, where we talk about all sorts of topics. And sometimes we might be under the influence when we do so. We cover things from personal stories to hot-button issues. And it's the only place on the internet you can find an uncensored version of me. It's a side of me that you might not have seen before because it's not the most family or brand friendly. But don't worry, I'm still sort of slightly a decent human being. If you're intrigued, then make sure you check it out. New episodes drop every Wednesday. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on the fun and candid conversations we have here on Rachel Uncensored.